Hey guys, thought I'd jump on here. I got such a great response last week from people responding to my video. I got private messages. You all answered in the comments. I had people calling me. I I was completely overwhelmed. So thank you so much for encouraging me and um, just giving me a little spark of your all's shining lives. So I thought, you know what? I have a lot of stories from the tea room. People love tea. Why don't I just come on here each week and just share some life stories that I had in my life? But I wanted to start because so many of you were from the tea room and love the tea room so much. And so I wanted to show you that I have a couple special things that I took from the tea room that reminds me of all of you and just makes me happy. So let me show you if I can turn this. Okay, so when I tried to turn it around, my video turned off. But remember the tea map? It was in the tea room from many, many years. We had two tea rooms, actually. We started out in a shopping plaza. So this took up a whole wall in the shopping plaza. And then we moved across the street to a 105-year-old Victorian home, and this was put into the library. So this was made by my mom and my two sisters, Kim and Heather, and my brother Michael. Put it together on these poles and added the rope. And so it was a joint family project. But it was the tea map, the tea route. So they would start way over there in Beijing, China, which is kind of rolled up because this wall isn't big enough. And they would travel across the desert on camels with tea. And they would end up all the way up into Istanbul, which is rubbed off because the map has been through some times now. But anyway, they would carry the tea across the camels. And as they went, they used tea as their currency. And tea spread across the world like that. So anyway, the tea map was a staple in the tea room for a long, long time, and people loved the tea map. The other thing I took, several things, were some of my teacups from the tea room. Just some of the special ones that I loved so much. Remember, we had different teacups at all the tables. People would come in and pick out their favorite teacup, and so many people brought me teacups and china, teapots from either their grandmother or sometimes a divorce, that they didn't want the china anymore. And so I brought them home. I actually bought this piece of furniture. Excuse this mess over here. We're having some repairs done. Bought this piece of furniture in an auction a couple months ago because it reminded me of my grandmother. And I brought it home and I put all my stuff in it and I locked the key. And now I have lost the key. And so I cannot get in here. So please pray I find my key. So for today, I'm drinking out of my regular china teacup. And I am drinking. Let's see if I can switch it. Nope, it didn't let me switch. Okay, so I'm drinking Ceylon today, Kenilworth. I love Ceylon Kenilworth. It's one of my favorites. I am a tea purist, and I love great estate black teas with no sugar or cream. So, and you know what? Right behind me is a painting my mom did of the original tea room when it was in the plaza. The tea room was called Kathleen's Tea Room after my great-grandmother. So, anyway, I thought I would share some stories from the tea room, and so today I wanted to share the Earthworm Story because it's one of my most favorite that God just spoke to my heart and gave me hope in one of the hardest times in the tea room. But it was towards the end and things were very bleak, and I would drive to work each day. We were about 30 minutes from the tea room, and so I would drive to work each day. And funny part of the story, every single day driving to work, the song came on, if you're going through hell, keep on going. You might get out before the devil even knows you're there. And that became like my theme song every day, like just keep on going. You're going to get out of this hell soon. But anyway, I pulled up to the tea room. It was pouring rain. I would always pull up to the side of the tea room in the driveway. I had a special spot. And to the left of me was the sidewalk that would walk into the back of the tea room through the kitchen. And over there on that sidewalk, because of the pouring rain, was a ton of earthworms. And a bunch of earthworms had come up trying to keep from drowning, and they were all over the sidewalk. And there was about 5 or 6 robins there going crazy, feasting on these earthworms. And they didn't know what to do. There were so many. And so they would run to one and peck at it, and then notice another one, and they would run to another one and peck at it. And, you know, they were just so crazed with abundance. And I remember just watching those birds and thinking, wow, that's you know, it's just amazing how crazy they're going. They're so excited about all this food. And in the middle of that, I heard God say to me, that will be you one day. One day you will have more than enough. One day you will have all that you need, and it will be more than you need, and you won't know what to do with it all. And I just kind of laughed, and I was like, okay, bring it on, God. You know, any day now, you can bring down the abundance. And, you know, of course it didn't happen overnight. It took a long time, but I will tell you today, we are abundantly blessed. God has completely restored every single thing that we lost, even above and beyond what we ever had. And we have more than we need. And we're so, so grateful and so thankful that He is faithful. So I hope that you will look at earthworms a little differently, that they are provision to the robins, and it might be a story for you. Okay, that's it for Tea Time with Tami. I know, corny, but have a great day, everybody.